Hi Gemini, this is going to be a tarot reading for you for June 2021. Happy birthday Gemini, and happy belated birthday to the Gemini suns who've already celebrated. We still have Mercury and Venus and the sun in the sign of Gemini. This is going to be a cosmic forecast for you. Let's get right into these cards. We'll use tarot, oracle and astrology in this reading to really deep dive into your month ahead. Let's see what's been going on with the sign of Gemini. We've had a lot of astrology, but things are good, I hope. Things are good. Let's have a look. Okay, 10 of Wands in the past energy. Talks about cycle completion and endurance, but you know, it could have been pretty grueling for you. Okay, so now we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like something is taking up a lot of your work. You're working a lot of effort. You know, some of you might be feeling like overburdened slightly at work, or what you're focusing on. 3 of Cups, which is some really nice energy to break it up with some really fun social outings or things like that. Let's see what's coming through on the cards for present energies around you. Now we will go really deep into these cards and I'll pull more to clarify. But Gemini, I just want to get them out on the desk and see what's coming through. So this is for themes around June 2021. We will expand this and go into the future too. Now let's look at June 2021 present energies around Gemini. Okay, so we've got some really beautiful energy coming through with the 8 of Cups. Now it seems like soul searching is on the horizon for you. 3 of Pentacles, that's really nice too. Great networking. I feel like you're doing a lot of networking. Queen of Swords, we have some nice air sign energy coming through with the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing this month a lot with fellow air signs like Aquarius or Libra or Gemini. Let's have a look. But I see a lot of social activity this month, and Gemini season, when the sun is in Gemini, that and Venus has been there. Mercury will go retrograde, but it's about to start. The retrograde is about to start, but there's a real buzz in the air around Gemini season. There's fun, there's lightness, there's like it's a social time of year. Let's have a look at future energy. So let's put this to late June going into July for you Gemini, but like time, the energy on these readings are fluid, so just take what resonates when it does. So we've got some, funnily enough, now we have Mars in Gemini with the 9 of Swords. We don't have Mars transiting through Gemini, but it just finished its transit there. So that could have been a more stressful time. And Page of Pentacles, I feel like some stresses or triggers that had presented themselves in kind of like even just in April, like late March into April, you might start to like beginning to work through them or seeing a new approach to them, Hermit card, or kind of like maybe doing some soul searching, and you're sort of going to be like, okay, I'm not going to let these triggers come up again. Overall, by the end of the month, I see very kind of back to school energy happening now. I know it's summertime, at least on the northern hemisphere, but maybe some of you are taking a course or doing some learning, very like focused energy by the end of the month, and like learning a new skill or taking on something that's a little bit new to you. Let's take this back for now. I don't have any major arcana cards until we get to the last card, which is the Hermit, which is talking to me about upcoming soul growth that you are going to be facing by the end of the month. So the sun will have transited through Gemini, birthday season completed, and I really feel like you'll have a real restored sense of clarity, of purpose by the time the sun leaves Gemini and by the time that Gemini Mercury retrograde is over. So take the time during the retrograde to really fine-tune all your plans, because I feel like things are going to kick into motion for you Gemini by July in a bigger way. Let's take this back before clearing up some cards. Okay, so 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. For those of you that are in a job where you're feeling somewhat undervalued, 10 of Pentacles kind of comes up for something that's like, sometimes we're even taken advantage of in work with 8 of Pentacles here beside it, and it's like, are you fully getting recognized? Do you deserve a little bit more? Is the workload kind of becoming a bit overbearing for what you're kind of getting out of it, the reward? It looks like in order to feel satisfied, you're trying to bring about a balance in your life, and you're going more heavily into more social aspects of your life, which is really nice for some, like hanging out with friends a lot more, family a lot more. You're kind of like, you know, it's work is one thing, but you're really trying to separate the two, because work seems to really be taking its toll on you, so you're more inclined to want to blow off some steam is what I've been seeing, and that's how it's been going for you. Making new connections connections, in terms of friendship, and in terms of work and growth is really coming up for me in this reading. 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. And we have the Queen energy here too, which is a fourth 3. Queens are about the number 3, and 3 is all about expansion and growth, and that's what's happening for you, Gemini. Between late May into June, you're really connecting with a lot of people, making new connections in friendships, in contacts, people that are kind of like share the same interests and passions as you, and then in a field of work or study or learning or whatever you're doing kind of otherwise, you're working really well on collaborations, I think, at this time. And you continue to, all of those connections that you've been making, Gemini, you continue to see them develop really strongly throughout the rest of the month of June. Okay, great. Let's see. So 8 of Cups. There is a real sense though, Gemini, around your birthday season, Gemini is the sign, it's the Lover's card in tarot. It's the sign of duality and choices, okay? So we choose many things, like partnerships, we choose business partnerships, we choose where to live. But for some reason, when Venus is in Gemini, Venus is the planet of values and desire. Our choices and what we desire, like they kind of intermingle when Venus it kind of represents itself through the sign of Gemini. So what do we really desire? What do we really value? 8 of Cups and the Hermit here. These are really two kind of figures of soul searching. So we have the Hermit shining its lantern down, looking at something really, really closely, and it's kind of looking in this reading at the new beginning that's going to present itself. But before this new beginning could present itself and the Hermit can look at it properly and thoroughly and make the choice, Gemini, some element of leaving something behind emotionally had to happen, and we will clear that up. 8 of Cups is about soul searching and ultimately feeling deep down that there is something else there that you need to tackle or come up to face or meet or be connected to, and you just feel like something else is more fulfilling beyond what your present circumstance, and you leave something behind for some of you. Queen of Swords, acting very decisively this month and kind of becoming sure, I guess, and becoming a bit more sure about what kind of collaborations you want to take part in, becoming more sure about what kind of tribe or what kind of people you want surrounding you. Some sort of worries come up by the end of the month that we're going to look into. 9 of Swords. It looks like something that's a bit more heavy on your mind. Maybe it's just the stress. If some of you, I'm really getting like student energy or learning something new energy from these cards. We can see, we see 2 figures here. This person looks like, this reminds me of like kind of, the challenge in Mulan when Mulan was throwing something that looked quite like this around a pole to kind of pull herself up to the top in a challenge. So Page of Pentacles talks about starting a new challenge, but with the Hermit, I feel like it's more challenge of the mind rather than a Mulan style climbing up, hoisting herself up one of those big, one of a big tree trunk looking thing. But it's something of the mind, I think, is coming up, or something that you'll need to research or learn. So it's something else like that. But you could just have some worries about that because it might be, it's a little bit new and novel to you. I think we should clear up these cards. In the meantime, Gemini, have a look at them, and we're going to pull an oracle to ground and talk through some of the astrology that's just come up for your sign. Right, okay, so here we've got our cards laid out. I will talk to you briefly about Saturn Retrograde, which began on May 23rd, and that happened in Gemini risings. Was it the 9th house? 9th house of higher learning, travel, education, things like that. So, you're kind of redefining what you believe in or really stand for, okay? Because the 9th house is all about convictions. It's about philosophy, religion, higher learning, things like that, spirituality, and not that you have to stand by any of those, but they're just kind of tools and perspectives to help us see the world in a different way. Even when we disagree with them totally, that's still helping us gain perspective of basically what our own truth is. So Saturn retrograde for for Gemini rising is happening in the 9th house. I do read the astrology for the rising sign more so, you guys. It's going to be more accurate from the rising sign. So if you know your rising sign, for example, Gemini, if you are a Gemini sun with an Aquarius rising, go check out the video for Aquarius. So you'll get that information there like this. But from 23rd of May until the end of October, Gemini rising is going to be needing to redefine what it is that you believe in, what do you really stand for, and then once Saturn moves direct again in October and stations forward, you'll really have like a kind of ready to embark on a new path with like a renewed sense of optimism about the world, a renewed sense of faith about your worldly vision, and then it kind of helps you to triumph over any adversity basically, because you'll feel more optimistic about the world and how you see it. Other than that, Gemini, we've got Mercury retrograde in the sign of Gemini from the 30th of May all the way through until nearly the end of June. So that's just going to be kind of in Gemini rising's first house. That's really going to be, Mercury retrograde is all about confusion. So it's going to kind of bring up things like lack of understanding, a hard time feeling understood or understanding others, just like time and effort getting things done and all of that stuff, like taking you a long time to get things done. Okay, let's keep going. The only thing that I could see about this Eight of Cups, this isn't striking me as the ending of a romantic relationship or but it could be Gemini, because we had an eclipse, the eclipse season we're in now is taking place on the Gemini Sagittarius axis. So we're gonna see significant endings and beginnings associated with eclipses happening in Gemini rising between their first house and 7th house. So Gemini rising, we had an eclipse on May 26th in your house of 7th house of partnership. So you might have felt significant endings or new beginnings happening around the time, a couple of weeks around the time of May 26th. Or something was set into motion around that will result in some sort of an ending or new beginning in terms of relationships. Let's pull an oracle card just to ground this reading again. This is going to be a message, Gemini, from your highest self. So we've got the dance unveiling, number 36. So that number may be important to you today, 36, or else perhaps the number 9. Let's read a bit about that from my oracle here. And then we'll pull cards and clear up this row by row to figure out what this is all about. So the dance unveiling, there is a situation in your life that is about to reveal itself to you with greater clarity. Just like sands shifting, the picture will all seem clear and quite different to how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. Okay, that sounds good. Right, so we should be getting some clarification. That might happen after the Gemini Mercury retrograde. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, let's pull more cards, Gemini, and see what's going on and what you guys need to know about. So let's look at this back row. It looks like there's been a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of focus, and then you balancing that out with having as much fun as possible. Okay, let's see. You've got a lot of duties at the moment, or you have had, Gemini. So let's see what's going on with the first row here. Okay, there's 3 of Wands coming through again here. So expansion, definitely. Oh, and another Queen, which I told you were our 3s. And that's really, really great, Gemini. So you know what? You have been so desirable. Everyone wants to be around you. Everybody wants to socialize with you, hang out with you. Venus transiting through your home sign of Gemini. All of May pretty much has been really nice for you. So that would have been around mid-May until it's still transiting through. And it's been really, really nice for you. People are drawn towards you. You're looking really attractive, especially Gemini rising. That would have been a really nice time to get some sort of a makeover or something with the Venus transit through the first house. Queen of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Very, very popular, confident, attractive and desirable energy. So I bet you've really been feeling yourself. You're getting noticed. You're expanding your clique. You're expanding your sort of social networks, any kind of work contacts or valuable career career or sort of like anything that's going to put you kind of forward in your career path, that's coming up too for you. And it's all down to your charming personality, Gemini. That's what's really drawing people in at the moment. And you know, kind of you're very loving personality too. I would say just watch out for, well, you may, this is kind of in the past, we'll see what's coming up currently for you, but maybe a bit of been taken advantage in work. And I have 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Wands talks to me about that kind of conviction I was talking to you about with that Saturn retrograde through the 9th house of basically what do we stand for. 7 of Wands is stand your ground, be sure of what you believe in, don't falter in the face of that adversity. By October for Gemini, after that Saturn retrograde, when Saturn has finished retrograde, you're going to be a lot more clear about, regardless of what house this Saturn retrograde falls in, all Geminis, you're just going to be more clear in general about how to move your long-term plans forward, okay? Let's have a look at this present row. 8 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Let's see, are we going to get any more major arcana cards out here, or are we saving all our lessons really for the end of the month going into July? But the Hermit's great. It's going to be just a real time of introspection for you though. Let's see. So now we've got 10 of Cups. That's beautiful. Very, very fulfilled and happy, creative energy coming through. And 4 of Wands. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so we do have one High Priestess. So we do have a major arcana card coming through. One of my favorites to see. It's telling you that at this time, Gemini, in the month of June, it's really, really going to be very valuable to you to trust in your intuition. And there is something that probably you intuitively feel is a path forward for you and a new way forward out of something. A new opportunity for you to change something around, I'm sensing. So maybe meditate on that and see what's coming to you intuitively. But the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, well, this really is a celebration. It's family celebration. It's getting together, everybody together, having a great time. It could be like a huge celebration, like a wedding, an engagement, a pregnancy, a baby being born, something great that you and your family are celebrating, like a birthday. But anyway, graduation, any of those wonderful things that brings everybody together, and it's when you really look forward to and celebrate the good times together. This is just a really good time. Oh my gosh, it's your birthday season, duh. What am I thinking? How am I not like saying that right now? That is funny, Gemini, but I hope you have a great birthday season. 10 of Cups in a classic situation is represented by a rainbow with children and a family unit playing underneath outside in nature, and the 4 of Wands is always depicted or often depicted traditionally with people kind of throwing a bouquet of flowers or something in the air, or garlands, and celebrating with their hands thrown up in the air. So it's a really, really beautiful energy, these 2 cards. And you know what, whatever you left behind and you kind of moved on from emotionally, by the end of the month that doesn't even seem to be bothering you at all. You're having such a good time, you're celebrating life, you're celebrating your birthday, I hope, and around people who really love you. I feel like if there's any artists out there that are watching, you might have actually just located and secured your dream studio space, or if there's a person that's Gemini watching out there that plans to work from home and or like has an office space or studio space or private client space in their home, like that's kind of seems like you might really have like found something like that, or working there, or just like been able to access that. So that's going to be great. Lovely month ahead for you in June 2021, guys. I like that. Okay, so let's go forward then. This is when the things change a little bit heading into July. So maybe by the end of June, Sun, Venus will be moved out of the sign of Gemini. And let's see what's going to be happening around the end of June, start of July. What energies can Gemini expect? Okay, so that's that new opportunity I was talking about, you guys, the new path forward, Ace of Pentacles, the new beginning, the new start of a new chapter, the opportunity for that at least. Oh yeah, 10 of Pentacles. And this is going to be, and we've got our 7 of Wands still at the bottom of the deck, coming through with that standing up for what you know to be true. Don't let your opinion, don't let like this, you have to have conviction in what you believe in at the moment, Sagittarius or Gemini. I'm thinking about your sister sign at the moment, but no, for Gemini, you really have to have conviction in what you're saying and what you believe in, because that's what that Saturn retrograde, especially for Gemini rising, is going to be trying to teach you at the moment, like having the courage to stand up for what you believe to be true and what you believe in, even in the face of adversity and challenge, okay? But ultimately, this new beginning that is going to be all so possible by the end of the month, you see that you are so ready to embark on something that's new. But 10 is all about the completion of a cycle, and if you'll notice, we have 3 10s in the reading. First card out, 10 of Wands, last card out, 10 of Pentacles, and we've got our 10 cups. So 10s are all about the ending of a cycle in order to begin again. So you are nearing energetically a culmination point in your life, Gemini, and in one area of your life, we're reaching a climax and we're about to start something new. And we are about to start something new. Page of Pentacles is that fresh start, new beginning, ready to get going and learning something else or doing something else. Hermit is saying, whoa, take your time. And this really is one of the only major cards that came out. We touched on the High Priestess earlier, but for your really right now, what your soul is calling to evolve through is the lesson of the Hermit. And that looks like going within, figuring out and understanding that all the answers that you have are already within. It's a card of soul searching and introspection and reflection. It is the card that rules Virgo, the other mercurial ruled sign like yourself, Gemini. And Gemini and Virgos always get more intensely impacted by the Mercury retrogrades, because that's your ruling planet. And this is just telling you, don't rush beginning anything new, perhaps exactly until the end of June, beginning of July, when Mercury has finally stationed direct. That's going to be, if you can avoid it, that's going to be a really beneficial time to review all the way until then. And then I think whatever you're going to be starting, maybe you don't realize this yet, but it's something that could really go the whole distance, from the Ace of Pentacles, number 1, to the final Pentacle suit, 10. So we could really take something all the way to completion and go as high or as far and have the most success as possible in this endeavor of ours, whatever we're beginning or whatever. We're starting something, I believe, with the Page of Pentacles, Ace. This is just pure alignment to the work, the physical work we're doing here on Earth at the moment. And the Pentacle is our physical body. So complete alignment in how we are moving this vessel around and getting our work done and getting what we need to do done. And it's major successes on the cards for that. The only thing is, you're sort of 9 of Swords, feeling guilty about something, and maybe you're starting to second guess things. Maybe you're contracting your mind and you're saying like, oh, I feel like that, somebody's going to be jealous of me if I do this or something, or that, I feel like I'd be leaving this person behind or whatever, and you're just kind of, that's the only worry. You're just feeling guilty or something about something. But other than that, this is a great reading. I'm so happy that we got this birthday reading in, and have a great month of June, Gemini. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye.